I like the fact that people can make whatever they want. It's their idea, and you have all kinds of cool stuff that you can make stuff with.
It is sometimes like a feeding frenzy in here because there's a lot of things that students are tackling that they've never experienced before. Things like circuitry, 3D printing, even just the computer skills that they're having to utilize here in a makerspace that aren't necessarily utilized in a traditional classroom. Really encouraging students to push themselves harder on making their designs better.
Those critical thinking skills and thinking, oh, this didn't work, so now we need to try something different. And I don't think you really get that in the classroom, because normally in the classroom it's more or less like, okay, this is right and this is wrong.
Got it. But you learn how to build things, and then you might want to go and start building permanent things because you have the skills then.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. It's great.
This is a robot. It drops on eggs, as you can see. So this design is going to tessellate around the whole egg.
I made this motor, so it's a solar-powered, magnetically levitating, 3D printed electric motor.
If Makerspace wasn't here, I would just be sitting at home wondering, who am I going to be? You know, what am I going to do from this point on? You know, there are programs out there, but those programs out there don't necessarily give people a sense of worth. People are allowed to play like we played when we were kids, and yet we're adults. I had to learn how to do things I didn't do before. I learned how to silk screen t-shirts like the one I'm wearing. I did that through Makerspace. These are things I never did before in my life. Maybe on the brink of forgetting that we can use our own minds to create. You know, as everybody's so wrapped up into working, you know, but you come here and you can relax. Here's the space where if you ever wanted to make that rocket, then you can make that rocket here. What we do here, they can take and they can duplicate somewhere else in their own community building or a library or a school or even in their homes.
At the Mount LA Makerspace, we have 4 areas of concentration, and they include transportation, electronics, digital media, and wearables.
It is the hottest thing at Church of the Messiah right now.
At the Makerspace, we facilitate learning experiences for people. So we want to connect people to each other, someone who may have knowledge in an area that someone does not.
You know, I really got tired of spending my money out and don't know what was wrong with my computer. And what make it so good though, hands-on. That what make it so different. You know, I'm touching, I'm fixing, I'm unscrewing, seeing what made it tick, how I'm putting something back together.
When I came here, I mean, like I said, it really gave me something positive to stand on. Yeah. I had class, but when I don't have class, I'm gonna get some money. I don't have to worry about money because the church is really helping me do my dream, like what I've been really wanting to do. You know, yeah, it's helping me build something. I wouldn't mind being part of something that's stable enough for the whole community to get a part of.
The Makerspace, what I really love is that it provides a safe and a healthy place for my children.
It's benefited my life in the way of I wasn't getting enough exercise until I earned my bike.
Well, it's improved my life because, as you can see, me and my son get to work together because he's helping me earn a bike.
I think it has a great effect on the community at large because it gives people a space to create and to learn and to grow. But I think that I was able to find my comfort zone, if that makes sense. It's like I was able to find like my niche and, you know, and working with computers and neighborhoods, and we need more of it in communities, not only to teach creativity, but to kind of teach critical thinking skills.
I think that's what the Makerspace is, a real opportunity to learn. And more of an opportunity, a choice to learn. Because I've known people who come down here who not really big on learning, but they still get hooked to something, you know, whether it be electronics or bike building or wood shop. They get really attached to something and they turn it into something wonderful. It's a place where you can learn and have fun, and neither one of them is compromised, you know. So my goal as a musician and as a maker is to make something that is not only liked by masses of people, but can help people even if we haven't actually met. When you come down here, you're reminded of your dream, of what you really want to do outside of working at McDonald's or the 9 to 5. You know, you get to take a break on your regular life. And I feel like if we had a makerspace on every side of the city or in every church in the city, our city would be a thriving place.
And at the Makerspace, we're trying to prove that it's not very expensive and not that hard. Right. So if you get people even volunteering a little bit of their time, I mean, particularly retired people who have great skills, especially here in Detroit, then I really think something magical will happen. And things magical are starting to happen at the Makerspace. I mean, personally, I just think it's important that we apply our knowledge with our hands and with our brains. And I think doing just messing with things and trial and error, fooling around and experimenting, I think is part of an important learning process.
This here is like a arm that's following my hand, or if I move this one, the motor turns counterclockwise. Let's just get it going like this so that we can test drive it. I'm going to tell it to switch directions. So go the other way now, around the track.
Wow, I can hear the microphone. Cool, very cool.
Arduino is very simple, easy to use. There's an incredible amount of information that's out there. It's open source, so there's a lot of people sharing ideas and projects on it. You just have to Google Arduino projects and start reading page after page after page. What I want to do is help you create some of those projects, show you some instructional information and useful ways to use it to all work together to get the projects that you want and the gizmos and gadgets that you want to invent. So hopefully we can get a kit in various schools, clubs, and in the hands of the individuals, whether they're young learners or adults. I think this would be a great kit to learn hands-on microcomputers, hands-on electronics, and also programming to get them all work together.